who's the most threatening of the guys? Obviously me. Overall, I was a pleasure to work with for the most part. That's all I can ask for.
Hey guys, today we're talking The Traitors, episode 10.
Yeah, we are. His numbers are dwindling down, man. We're coming towards the wire here.
Yeah.
And one thing we found out today is, like, this is going to be the last time that when somebody gets voted out, do they have to say whether they are a traitor or a faithful, right? So,
Yeah, that makes it interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember watching season 2 how it plays out, but I can't remember, so I'm in the dark like you guys here.
But Danielle reveals herself to Britney, and Britney's like, duh.
Yeah, right. Like, nah, just go ahead and murder me. Like, of course you're going to freaking join the team, you know?
Yeah, join or be gone. Ooh, hard decision.
Yeah, exactly.
But we got the Big Brother girls running things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You know what I thought was funny is when we were talking the scenarios last week, we were talking about how, you know, this puts Brittany in a pickle of where her best bet would be to throw Danielle under the bus here.
Mm-hmm.
But that puts her in a pickle because, you know, of their history with Big Brother. Brittany doesn't seem to think this way. Like, she's taking this opportunity. Like, between the two of them, they don't seem to be looking at it that way.
No. Well,
I think Brittany's just trying to make the best of what she can at this point, you know? So.
Well, and I think she kind of truly does feel bad for throwing Danielle under the bus with her brother, you know? So now she's like, this way I can make it up to her, right? So.
Yeah, but I'm like, does she not see how, dangerous this is for her? Like,
I think she starts to see it later on in the show.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Danielle's kind of venting about Carolyn. Saying that
Girl,
no
idea.
Like, we could never agree on anything. Like, I'd come up with reasonable names, and she'd be like, "Oh, no, God."
She was mocking her for sure.
She did her good Carolyn impression, you know. So.
Oh man, that was pretty entertaining.
But they have a hit list, and they got like a naughty and nice list essentially, right?
Yeah. And as Danielle says, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, and their list did make sense, right? At least they did split it up well, and the list made sense. So I was like, okay, at least they're kind of playing it smart now.
Yeah, because Dylan's on the nice list. That's right.
Yeah, that's why I liked it too. Yeah.
So Ivar, Tom, and Gabby are on the naughty list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And once again, those three are the last to enter the room.
Yep.
No one notices that the people being up for elimination are last to enter. They do this at least 50% of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, they opine who's going to get eliminated, except the traitors never throw anybody out there.
Nope.
Exactly.
They love asking other people, who do you think is going to
be?
But they don't normally say who they think.
And other people are like, I think it might be this person. Yeah, oh yes, that's a good. Yeah, it could be. You're right.
And it's Tom.
Yes, it was. Well, Tom got to go. But Tom thought he was God's greatest gift, man. This cat's like, man, he's like, I knew it. Boy, I'm like the best thing on this show. I was catching it here, man.
Like they had to do it. Otherwise.
These traitors knew I had their number, man. I'm the best player. He's like, you know, I came here wanting to have fun, and I had no idea it'd be so great.
You have been murdered. Who's the most threatening of the guys? Obviously me.
Yeah.
He's like, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
He's like, I was good, and you know, the best thing about it was that I was good.
Right, yeah.
Tom loves himself.
Oh,
some
he does,
Tom.
man. Yeah, he was clueless. That dude was totally clueless, man.
Claims-
It's like you had one good play in this whole show, and that was it, Tom. So calm down, buddy.
Well, he claims he was a pleasure to work with.
Yeah,
That's what it was. That was the quote. Yeah, I came. I was a pleasure to work with.
Couldn't ask for anything more. It's good.
Yeah,
it was good.
it was. I thought it was funny that he basically just toted on himself there. Doted on himself.
And for once, Tom is faithful.
Tom, for once you were actually faithful.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Finally.
When Alan said that. Well, and then of course, when they're coming out there, dude, Gabby's outfit, man. I was like, what the hell is she wearing, man? It was like a scene from Pretty Woman with all the streetwalkers on the street and shit, man.
What's funny is that everybody else
Except
commented.
not so nice version of
Tom, you're complaining about that?
Yeah.
That's
I'm just saying, man. It was good to look at. Don't get me wrong, but I was just like,
she came out
so
and
what the
like
hell's she
before
wearing?
everybody started talking about her outfit because they all started complimenting her or whatever. I looked at her, I was like, dang girl. Like, Gabby was looking good, but like I said, that outfit, I was like, dude, what the hell are you wearing? And then of course, freaking Alan's outfit too, man. Dude, I was like,
he's always coming out with something.
He is, man. That dude just coming out with like all kinds of crazy shit on. So
how come you don't wear anything like that, Billy. I keep asking.
All right, yeah. Tell me
Something
about it.
sheer, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of talk after this, more talk than probably usual. And Gabby and Danielle are talking, and that's very interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, and when it was great when Danielle comes into the fire room and Gabby's sitting there, and then Danielle sits next to her, and Gabby's like, "I'm not gonna break in these moments of silence," and then she's making all these crazy faces and stuff, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
They
holy
both
crap.
were. They were both like,
Right.
Gabby's like, I guess I'll just sit here with a cold-blooded murderer. Cool.
But
I'm surprised she didn't say, "Come on in, traitor."
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, she's getting the word out. Ivar's getting the word out. Like, look, man, I think it was traitor on traitor. So people are starting to hear that. And then, of course, and then Danielle and freaking Brittany are trying to spin it towards Gabby. So
Yeah, and Dylan is, he's like, he knows it. Like, he's feeling it, but he doesn't want to admit it.
No, he
so
doesn't.
he's like, I got to listen to it. All right.
Yeah, and this is breaking news. Ivar says he don't strategize. Sleeps like a baby too.
exactly.
That's true. That's an excellent
He's
point
like,
that he picked up
Oh,
on
it was.
now.
He's like, you hear
Yeah.
Danielle's always nervous. She's shaking. She can never sleep and stuff. Me, I sleep like a damn baby. He's like,
I don't even strategize. Like, am I even in a game right now? I don't know.
I'm just here chilling, eating this good food, man.
He's like,
That food on this episode looked good too, man. He was eating whatever Ivar was eating, man. It still looked good. I was like, damn, what's in that?
Yeah, and Dylan and Gabby talk.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby is smart. She tells you later too, but she's smart and she makes excellent points, and he's seeing that. Like, she's picked up on a lot of things that other people, for some reason, it's never come up about the whole in the church thing, veto.
Yeah, nobody brings that crap up, which kills me.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous, man. These people are stupid.
Yeah, that thing still hasn't come up. Like, I guess they just forgot about that or overlooked that. But like, she's clocking everything Danielle's done, and then
Well, and you got clueless Dolores, who to me this woman's a waste of space. She's a waste of life on the show. She's a complete waste of space. Wow. It's almost like she's going after people so she doesn't have to get involved in the real conversations. So she can kind of keep herself out of it. It's like, oh, I think it's Ivar now. It's like, no, you don't. Get the hell out of here, man. It's like, come on, dude. So.
Well, we got a mission time, and they bring in the insane clown posse here and do a little shell game.
Yeah, it's like the deja vu. They're like bringing back
all the different games.
Yeah. And supposedly a big reward's up. The Seer.
The Seer, who gets to go one-on-one with somebody and find out if they're a traitor or not.
Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's a damn big deal, man. Hell yeah, it is.
This is tricky, right? Because I was sitting there watching it as they're all trying to go for it or thinking about how they're going to go for it and how they want to go for it. And Dylan, obviously, we'd love to see Dylan have it, right?
Dylan fumbles the ball, though.
He does fumble it. But I'm thinking the traitors are saying they want it because they don't want to be asked if they're traitors, and I get that. But is this like a secret thing? I guess they're having a secret meeting, but is it known to anybody who's going to have it? Because let's say Danielle gets it.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody knows that she's the seer, they're going to say, who did you ask, and are they your traitor? Yeah. Your answer to that question is going to be suspicious at that point.
Yeah.
Being Danielle.
Well, here's the thing, too, though. I mean, with these games, right? How hard would it be to freaking remember all those I remember it's five bad balloons, right? And so you can remember where all 5 of these bad balloons are at.
Well, they're dancing,
dancing around and all crazy and shit.
Up.
I mean, so when Dylan just went up there and just randomly
you should at least know one.
Exactly. That's the thing that killed me about him, dude.
Well, he went last. He probably did know one. Somebody else picked it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, you got, and everyone's kind of going a certain order too. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
did suffer him to get big last, but still.
Yeah, but he was the first one out. So not good. I mean, the traitors are doing pretty good here, except for like Dolores. She's hanging in there on this round.
Yeah.
And they go to the second round with the dolls. You're just pulling the string.
Yep.
Oh, Danielle was so irritating to watch on the dolls. She's got that like crazy face. She's like, I'm going for it.
And here's the
thing.
Like,
oh my God.
Here's the thing on the dolls. If you noticed, most of them stopped at different numbers. So when Danielle's hit 2,000, I was like, all right, I guarantee that's the highest, and there's not going to be another one that hits 2,000. So when it gets to Dylan, I'm like, yours is probably going to be, in my head, I'm thinking, because I knew somebody had stopped at 1,400, I think somebody stopped at 1,600. Yep. So once he got past the 12, I was like, dude, yours is probably 1,800, stop at 1,800. And he kept going and hit 1,800. I'm like, stop, because I said, that's your doll. And then he freaking went for the 2.
That's your doll.
And I'm like, dude, you're in, because at the beginning, Alan even said they've all got random numbers, right? So Danielle hit 2,000. Chances are you're not going to have freaking, 2,000. That's probably the highest. So I was like, dude, why the hell did you do that? You should have stopped at 18,000.
It's all or nothing for those guys, it seems like. And I don't know what the all is in their mind because what do they think? It's like 3,000, 5,000? I mean, it's got to have a limit, right? So
well, no, it's 30,000 they could win, 10,000 per game.
No, he's talking about pulling on the dolls.
Yeah, what I'm saying, there's 30,000 total, right, that you can win, potentially, right? So if you're thinking 10,000 per game, the most that would be in that doll game would be 10,000. So yeah, I guess it would be, if you're thinking 2,000 per doll, potentially 2,000 per doll, depending on where the doll stops, then the highest one would be $2,000, right, which is Danielle's. But so I wouldn't think that any of them would go over, but I don't know, maybe they would have. But
yeah, I mean, you got to have something going in the final round. So, I mean, they didn't really showcase how many coins could be out there. And the other thing I'm kind of surprised about is they didn't really say in the last game with the coins whether you could put your coins in someone else's box. So I was like, maybe Dylan will put all his in Dolores's or Ivar's and give them the Seer, but they were just going for their own boxes. I don't know if that was explained,
that
like if you could do that or not.
And here's the thing too, when he's like, not only do you got to put them in your box, but then you got to hoist it. I'm like, okay, they must have to spend like 2 minutes hoisting this thing super high or something. No, they grabbed it, pulled down a little bit, and then it's there. And I'm like, what the hell is that? That takes no time at all.
Because it does make you feel or lean like Danielle has the most coins.
You totally think she does.
Gold or whatever. But when they're hoisting and stuff, it looks like she doesn't even have it going up. And I'm like, oh, she's not even going to make it up. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, exactly. But no, dude, you made a great point. He totally, because the only one I think that had a chance aside from Danielle would have been Dolores. So you're right. He should have put those coins in Dolores' box if he was smart.
Could he have? I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it didn't show us, but I don't think
And now the Seer is a mystery. I thought they would do it before the round table or something, but I guess not.
Yeah.
So we don't even know. Yeah. And they don't even get to it this whole episode.
No.
And that's the thing. The Seer meeting, he said, is a private meeting, but I want to know how you come out of that private meeting with your discussions.
It's probably, I'm guessing, like the person can reveal it or not.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but reveal that they are the Seer in general.
Yeah. Well, but then what happens?
But then you've got the other person who they questioned.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to come out, right? Because people are like, who was the Seer? And if no one Rogers up, they're like, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, and then what happens if the Seer gets voted out, right? Because we get to the end there.
I don't know.
We don't know who the Seer is, We're seeing who's going to get voted out.
There's so many questions.
Yeah, and now
that's crazy.
Danielle and Gabby are campaigning against each other. Seems like it's going to be one of them two going.
Yeah, but Dolores wants to make it clear that Ivar's on the table, okay, guys? Like, she's going to listen. She goes into every round table with listening. Yeah. But Ivar, let's not forget.
Dolores is an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man,
I don't know what this Ivar stuff is.
There's nothing. There is nothing to it at all. Oh, you notice Bob the drag queen voted for Ivar twice, and so did plenty of other people. So who gives a shit about that?
She's just, she's completely blind to Danielle, or I don't know.
She doesn't. The thing is, she doesn't want to go against the two women that she likes. So she's just going to throw it off on Ivar because she doesn't really care about him, right? Doesn't really know him. So instead of just freaking, being a freaking, big girl and pulling her panties up and playing the game right and saying, you know what, I don't care if I'm friends with these people or not. If they're a traitor, I got to get them out. She's like, well, I'll just put it over here on Ivar because I don't care about him. I'm not going to worry about whatever.
So they start the round table. Everyone's kind of quiet, and Britney fires at Gabby. But Gabby's kind of prepared, though.
You got to talk about the before the round table, like after the competition and everything, and then the conversation as far as the votes go. You got Britney running around that house from room to room. She's
looking for Ivar.
I got to talk to everybody. Oh my gosh, what's happening?
And Britney's looking very sus because she's running around doing that.
Yes.
Even in the boardroom, she quickly backs up Danielle, but she lays off it after that.
Yeah, here's the thing, too, is what the hell is... I mean, Dylan is just too freaking honest, man. Like, why are you telling Danielle, I actually do kind of think it's you.
Yeah.
And so I might go against you here. I don't know. It's like, why are you telling her that, bro? It's like, holy crap, man.
Yeah, he is a little honest.
So,
well, at least he holds up to it, though.
Oh, he does. Yeah, no doubt.
And Danielle, lays it on pretty thick at one point, so...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I just thought it was odd, that no one was picking up that... Like, Britney is putting a lot of suspicion on herself running around this house.
Oh, she is, totally.
Like,
no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you see that, and then when it comes down to, voting, Dolores throws Ivar out there. And all of a sudden, it's not between Gabby and Danielle. Now, people are piling on Ivar. Yeah, and the two people piling on Ivar...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When they panned to Dylan's face when Danielle's vote went to Ivar. Danielle, in that whole roundtable discussion, didn't consider Ivar, even when Dolores brought it up. She kind of mentioned Gabby. She did not even consider it. Mm-hmm. And then she voted, and Dylan's face was like...
Oh, yeah. Well, and then the thing is, too...
Yeah, I think that threw Dylan for a loop.
I think that's when Dylan really knew.
Oh yeah, well, and then when freaking Britney backed her up and did the same thing. So at some point, because Britney and Danielle must have made eye contact at some point, made eye contact to Ivar, like, hey, we're going to vote for him. Because, I mean, what were the chances if both of them switched to Ivar? They had to have freaking, made some sort of eye contact and both made, said, hey, we're going to, look at each other.
I think what they did, they had a conversation. Yeah. That's the thing. They had a conversation before when they could not flip Dolores to vote for Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
They knew that Dolores was going to vote for Ivar. And the only way to make sure there was not at that one random vote, they had to go with Ivar.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they voted for Ivar. That was decided before they even went into
and we don't see that conversation because that would spoil the round table.
Exactly. Right. But I do think that they were dumb in not, piling onto the Ivar theory during the round table.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to
throw the vote,
do it.
Yeah.
Like, put it out there.
I think Danielle did mention briefly, like, yeah, that kind of was suspicious, the Bob drag queen thing, but she didn't really pile on with it. So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny, too, because when Danielle's throwing shade at Gabby, she's like, me too.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, she's like, he voted for Bob twice. He's like, yeah, voted for me twice, too. Like, yeah, same thing, same. Yep.
She's like, I can't lie. Me too.
Yep.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
damn.
I mean, and that's the thing. I think Dylan's finally seeing all that. He's seeing the passion and the stress that Danielle has in this, and Gabby's just like, look, I have nothing to defend because I'm not wrong.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And she's so chill and relaxed about it, and I think that's playing well for her right now.
So it comes down to Dylan again, as he seems to be the last vote alive. But he votes Danielle, and it's a tie. Revoting time.
Yep.
Ugh.
And then Danielle lays it on thick.
Yeah, now here's where... Now, somebody posted last week in our comments, like, hey, evidently, like, at a get-together, the cast is going to spill, like, while they're all pissed at Danielle. After seeing this portion, now I can kind of get it, because Danielle's like, Dylan, you just need to trust me. I got screwed over by Britney on Big Brother, and people are trying to screw me over here now, and please just vote with me. Just trust me here, Dylan, trust me. So I'm just like, dude. It's like, holy crap,
And
man.
I think he really wanted to. I honestly think if they hadn't have thrown the vote Ivar, which, again, we would be in the tie situation had they not done that, but I think that just sealed it for him. Because he was torn about it, but he's like, there's no way you're not at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, she might as well, like, swore on her children or something.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude,
But
you were
the revoting, and Britney is looking at Dolores, and Dolores kind of makes this, like, nod towards Danielle, like she's going to vote for Danielle. And, I mean, Britney's, like, she's acting weird through this whole thing. She's really tore up. You could tell, like, there's a lot going on in her mind.
And that's got to be she's drawn a lot of attention to herself, but she is so torn.
Oh yeah.
Like the faces, she's like biting her teeth. She's like, I can't
especially hearing Danielle right there saying, the way she did me on Big Brother,
Yeah, and you could tell, like, she wants to defend, Danielle, but she thinks the smart move is to vote her off.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you can tell she's really torn there and going back.
It's like, can I stab her in the back twice?
Now I'm wondering, is it editing? Because you don't see the whole room when Dolores does the whole like nod thing. I'm like, is that editing? And she's trying to reason. Is Britney trying to reason with herself? Give herself an excuse to write Danielle's name.
I think Dolores was nodding at like what Danielle was saying, like she was agreeing with her, So
yeah, and Brittany maybe just misread it, but they don't reveal which way Brittany goes. So
crazy,
is this misdirection?
Possibly,
no,
very possibly.
Is it misdirection?
I hope she stabbed Danielle in the back again.
I hope that, because that would make it more interesting. But something tells me we might be disappointed.
Because I mean, if she did that, I mean, they would really be hard pressed at that point to find out who the next traitor is, right? So if she just throws Danielle under the bus here, right now, because nobody's talking about her right now at this point, right?
And we're talking about
it would be hard pressed to find out who she is.
Right.
Ivar.
Exactly.
If it was Gabby, where especially Dylan, he's already had suspicion on Gabby, like one thing. But Ivar came out of the blue just because Dolores mentioned the name, and now everyone else is piling on.
So, and here's the thing: that is the only strike that Britney has against her right now, is that she also voted for Ivar there. So now, she's probably still going to be on Dylan's mind a little bit because of that. Like, well, I get why Danielle did it, but why did Britney vote for Ivar here?
Yeah.
Now, here's the deal, though. If Britney votes to get Ivar out, it's still a tie, and it's random, right? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then it's
so
up to chance.
She could still go regardless of how it goes.
Which is why I really think that Britney's trying to give herself a reason. She knows she needs to write Danielle's name.
Mm-hmm.
But
for
the game, she needs to. But it's going to destroy her soul to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Dolores doing these stupid votes.
I can't hear, man. Like I said,
come on, play the game.
Dolores is a total waste of space in this game.
But it could be smart. Yeah. If it's an actual strategy, it could be smart.
What strategy?
It's going to keep her around.
Yeah, but it's also keeping all the traitors around too.
Yeah, but
so that's not a
it's
good
self-preservation.
Strategy.
It is good because otherwise, if she was vocal, she'd be gone.
If you get outnumbered by the traitors, you're gonna be gone. Period. And it's getting down to the numbers are dwindling down now. She needs to be getting traitors out, not other damn loyalists or freaking faithful. I mean, so it's like at this point, you're an idiot for freaking trying to get rid of other faithfuls, and she knows damn well that Ivar's a faithful. There's no freaking doubt about it. I mean, nobody's been suspecting Ivar at all. Everybody knows Ivar's, like he said, he's just a laid back dude. He's just kind of here to watch shit and.
That's true, but she probably doesn't know between Gabby and Danielle.
And she's not going to be the
one. And
if
she doesn't vote that way, they don't target her.
Yeah.
No,
if she's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But
or she's right, actually.
But again, but if the one that goes out, so let's say Ivar goes out, right? And then it's like between Gabby and Danielle, and then she's like, okay, well now I've got to make a choice, and she chooses Gabby. Then guess what? Now you're really screwed, and now you're done.
Maybe she goes after Dylan at that point. You still got Dylan as
Either way, she's helping the traitors every single time, and she's going to end up getting out. So that's the whole point I'm making here.
She's a really good traitor faithful.
Yeah, she is, exactly.
Dolores, do you know how numbers work? Do you know how to count? We're not counting that high. I don't know.
So it ends. We don't know who gets banished, and we don't know who the Seer is, and we don't know if Danielle is the Seer, and if she gets eliminated, what happens.
And so the show made it look like Danielle's gonna be the Seer. It looked like she had the most money, but we'll see.
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess it could be Dolores or, who's the other person?
Only way it could be Dolores if, like you said, if other people put money in her freaking thing, right? So.
Well, I mean, how many coins? I mean, Dylan could have gotten all the coins.
Well, let's say. Yeah, I mean, who knows how many coins there were? I mean, we know there was how many $500 clowns was there in the first round?
I don't know, but you would think it has to be a decent sized jump to give some people a chance to catch up, right? Or what's the point?
Because each coin's only
and that's the thing.
And each coin's only worth $100.
I do think that there's a possibility that they provided enough if someone went into round 3 with 0, the ability to possibly win.
Maybe. Well, here's the thing.
It might be tight.
I don't know.
It might be tight.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, potentially, because they did say, Alan did say, look, you guys came out with $14,600, $14,800 out of a total of $30,000. So they left a shit ton of money on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people are entering that final round with $2,400.
Right.
So you're down 24 coins.
They were 100 coins.
We don't know how many. They were $100 coins.
They were $100 coins.
Yeah, so you would have to have 24 just to catch up. Exactly.
And that sounds like an awful lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they're scrounging through these poopy bags.
That sounds like too much to overcome.
Dylan got a little bit of that poopy on his face.
So I believe it has to be between Dolores, Danielle, and Britney.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So.
Yep. And what they made us see because Danielle, I mean, she got the $2,000 man off that doll. So right, I mean, it seemed like she was up going into that.
Yeah.
So. Who knows?
And she was aggressive trying to get it because she didn't want to be ousted. So
yeah, exactly.
Which, made it a little more suspicious.
Yeah, and freaking Dylan was catching on to that, right? Yeah. He was like, "Damn, Danielle's really hitting this hard."
Dylan catches on to a lot. He just tries. He's trying to reason out of it because he did not want her to be a traitor, so he just kept trying to give excuses for what he was seeing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, he saw it all.
He was being too nice, man. Too nice. He should have freaking done this stuff a long time ago and got Danielle out, but he didn't. So now it's coming back to bite him. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, she did keep him safe all this time.
That's true. Yeah.
So.
Well, there you have, folks. That is another episode down. We're down to just a few people left with a couple traitors. So let's see how this goes. Hey, please let us know what you guys thought about this episode. You think Danielle's going out this time? I hope so. But I guess we'll see. Hey, guys. But anyway, we love doing this. Hit that like, subscribe, and we will check y'all in our next review.